The hype for Dakorien Moore is unreal. You've got people tweeting that he could be the best freshman wide receiver that we've seen. You've got Naeem Offord quote tweeted it. It says, yeah, for real. You've got Tredarian Ball certainly putting in his input as well. You've got people on ESPN talking about and comparing him to Jamar Chase. You got him going up and grabbing one-handed balls in the Polynesian Bowl. Like, there's a reason, first of all, why this hype exists. But speaking to the hype, embrace the hype as a fan base, as an Oregon fan yourself. Embrace it. Don't shy away from the hype. This is why he's here. Like, this is why we bring in players of this caliber. You bring in Jeremiah Smith. Like, you bring in Ryan Williams. You bring in those types of players, those high-level players, to make an impact on your team right away. And that's why Oregon spent the money, is to be able to get a guy of this caliber on campus to not only to make an impact certainly in 2025, but also in 2026 and 2027. It is a pipe dream to see Dakorien Moore maybe play a fourth year of college football at this point. So when you're talking to maybe some fans from different fan bases and they say, oh, I don't know if I'm buying into the hype of Dakorien Moore, saying I'm buying into the hype of Dakorien Moore because he's going to play a vital role for this football team. He is going to be a game changer potentially for this football team, really, when you factor in his talent, certainly right now. But don't shy away from the hype. That's the first thing that I want to say right now. But the second thing is realistic expectations. Okay, because you just had a receiver over at Ohio State. Oregon might be pretty familiar with him. He wears number 4 in Jeremiah Smith. Now, he's a one-of-a-kind, generational freakazoid. Over 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns as a true freshman. Just an unbelievable freshman season. But when you factor in his entire body of work, like his size as an 18-year-old is just, it's inhuman. It's of alien life form, certainly. So he's one of a kind. But somewhere between Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams is where I tend to kind of believe Dakorien Moore certainly might sit. Like, when you look at Ryan Williams type of numbers, I think that's where Dakorien Moore, that's where my expectations, I should say, are for Dakorien Moore right now. Ryan Williams at Alabama had 48 catches, 865 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Now, remember, this is an offense that still has Evan Stewart. This is an offense that's going to have Kenyon Sadiq. This is an offense that is going to have a really good run game led by Mekhi Hughes. There is one football. There is one football out there. Now, Oregon has proven to do a lot in the past with just one football right now. I think a big reason why the hype is where it is with Dakorien Moore. Of course, Dakorien is an extremely talented player, and he's going to be a big part of this offense, no doubt about it. But I think the other guy with the last name Moore, I think that plays into a lot of hype, certainly. Like, Dakorien would have a tremendous amount of hype if, say, Dylan Gabriel were the quarterback. But I think when you compare it, when you pair it with also the hype of Dante Moore for this season, you get like this ultra big super hype sandwich that is this whole Moore to Moore connection. Like, when you look at Dante and the arm talent that he provides, and just his ability to sling the ball down the field and really extend things, and have a guy like Dakorien that has that track 4.4 speed that can stretch the field, I think that's where things really mesh together, and that's where you get that super hype that I think you're talking about right now. I think pairing those types of talents together, and I think what excites people within the Oregon fan base so much, and I've said it before, is I think Dante provides the highest ceiling of an Oregon quarterback. I think Dakorien Moore provides the highest ceiling that we've ever seen from an Oregon wide receiver. We don't know where that ceiling is in 2025. We don't know where that ceiling is when these guys' college careers is all said and done. And I think that's extremely exciting. It's a little bit of an unknown, for both of these guys named Moore and the offense as a whole in 2025. But it's certainly extremely exciting, I think, to see what both of these guys can do together as one in an offense that already has a lot of elite weapons in it. There's a world that we live in where 2025 could see just an unreal Oregon offense. If Kenyon Sadiq is one of the best tight ends in America, if Evan Stewart is a 1,000-yard wide receiver, if Dakorien Moore lives up to this hype that we're talking about, if Dante is that quarterback, especially with 1 year within the offense as the backup of seasoning, learning from Will Stein, learning from Dylan Gabriel, and then Mekhi Hughes running the football, all of this comes together. Dante and especially Dakorien are going to be a big reason why this offense maybe elevates to new heights. And that is a high bar considering what happened in 2023. Embrace that hype. Lean into that hype, because these are the type of higher level players that bringing them into Oregon is going to win the Oregon Ducks a national championship eventually.